which in the central part of the body, and they are from like the energy centers that relate to a whole lot of different qualities that we have in ourselves. And we'll start with the base chakra, which is the Muladhara, which is at the base of the spine, the perineum, and it's basically where the enteric brain is, where our action earth-centered. Muladhara means earth mother chakra, basically. So when we're doing the earth breath, we'll be relating that to the base chakra. Then the second chakra is the Svadhisthana. Here the element is water. This is a chakra of reproduction, sexuality, creativity. And there's a flow in this chakra. It's very much about the flow of water and creativity and fertility. Then we'll move up to the navel, and the navel chakra, the element is air. It's fire. The element is fire, and so when we're doing fire, we'll be invoking the navel chakra, and this is called the Manipura, which is the jewel, and this is a power center that gives us power in our life. And when we're tuning into this chakra, it's really useful to also remember that this is where we connect with our ancestors through the umbilical cord. Then we move up to the heart chakra. Here the element is air. It's called the Anahata, and the heart chakra is the place of love, feeling, sensitivity. And when we're doing the air breath, we're invoking this feeling. The color here is green, so like we're in this park full of green. It's very heart-centered and very much around the Anahata. Then we move up to the throat chakra, Visuddha. Here the element is ether, and ether actually does exist, contrary to certain physicists. It is the all-pervading life in space in one of the Sufi prayers that I do. And this is basically the place of voice, creativity, expressing ourselves, and the ether brings all the other elements together. So it brings all the chakras together through here. Then we'll have the third eye, and that'll come in indirectly, the ajna, the place of light, consciousness, and here we have consciousness as the element at the crown, and that'll come in also through the Kabbalah. So that's the yoga system that we'll be using for understanding where the movements at the beginning of this practice will work. And then the next part of it is the Kabbalah, which is the tree of life. And this is basically with a beautiful gum tree here. We're in this beautiful park full of trees. And in this, we're bringing the elements of energies. The energies come down in this practice, whereas the other practice are coming up. So here we're beginning with the crown. Keter is the place where we are tuning into the heaven energy, bringing that beautiful energy down through our crown, and it comes down, often visualized like a lightning bolt. It comes down to the right. At the right, it's Chokhmah, wisdom, flashes of lightning, of insight, aha moments, but these have to be blended and integrated with the left side, which is Bina, which is understanding. So Chokhmah, Bina, the right side is expansive, the left side is contracting. And this comes together in Da'at, and these three, Da'at is knowing. So when we marry wisdom with understanding, we get true knowing, and this all relates to the third eye and our place of insight, the ajna in yoga. Then we move down from the left side to the right shoulder, the right arm. This is a place of chesed, of expansion, of giving, of loving kindness, which is then balanced by moments of discrimination. Where do we give? Where do we stop? Discrimination and power, Gevurah, is the left side, is the place of power. This is where we're holding. So expanding, holding. When we blend the expansion and the contraction, we come to Tiferet, which is the heart, which is beauty in the Kabbalah. And it's also the place of compassion, Rahmanas. And from there, that's the second triangle. We come to the third triangle, the right hip, the right leg, striding forth in the world. This is Netzach, and this is balanced by Chod. Chod is the place of splendor, is the translation, it's a place of empathy, of reverberation. And we balance the expansion of this with the holding of this. We come down to the third triangle, which is Yesod, and Yesod is the foundation. It's at the genitals, it's also related to perineum and the base chakra in yoga. But in the Kabbalah, the actual base comes the second triangle, comes down to the earth, to Malkut, which is where we're grounding it through our feet. So whereas in yoga the sitting posture is usually used, in Kabbalah it's the standing posture. So we're standing on the earth, the Great Mother, and that's grounding our energy. And in the tradition of the Jewish mysticism, this is the place of the Shekhinah, the feminine desire presence. So now I'll show you the practice and I'll talk you through it as we go. So we begin by raising our arms up and stretching up into the sky. Now this is creating a letter called Aleph in Arabic, which is a straight line. And here I could start with the invocation toward the One, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of Guidance. This is a Sufi invocation from Hazrat Inayat Khan, and this is the unity of the Aleph. And then we bring this down, hands at shoulder height, make fists, rotate back, take the arms back, rotate forward so we feel stuff around the shoulder blades, releasing tension where we're often carrying in that part of the back. And then we bring our energies and our arms down to this place, and this is the mountain pose in yoga. So here we're a mountain, feet on the ground, the head in the clouds. There's a place here where your hands will stop naturally, and this is a very grounding pose. And here we'll begin to do our element breaths. So this is the mountain in yoga. So when we place our hands forward like this, we're doing an element breath at earth. We're looking straight ahead and we're feeling that energy of solidity, of groundedness, and the breath is in and out the nose. So it's our normal breath. So we're grounding ourselves in the earth. And we do 5 breaths, and we can place a mantra or a wazifa called Ya Shafi Ya Kafi on our breath if we wish, which is a healing breath 5 times, breathing in, breathing out, Ya Shafi Ya Kafi. And then we turn our hands around and we bring our feet slightly pigeon-toed, and we look downwards. And now we do the water breath, so it relates to the second chakra. Breathing in the nose and out the mouth, water goes down. And again, feeling the quality of water. 70% of our body is water, 70% of the planet is water. Breathing in the nose, out the mouth, Ya Shafi Ya Kafi if you wish. Tuning into the element of water, 5 breaths. And then we move on from there to the fire breath. So remembering the fire is in the navel, and here we're breathing in the mouth, out the nose, fire goes up. And it's a very strong breath, breathing in the mouth, out the nose. 5 times, visualizing, you can visualize a yellow light at your navel, a red light at your third eye if you wish, breathing in the mouth, out the nose. From there we move on to the element of air. This is a very subtle breath in and out the mouth, because air again is level like the earth. The air element, as I said, was in the heart. We're tuning into the Anahata. Very subtle breath in and out the mouth. Ya Shafi Ya Kafi if you wish. The green colour at the heart chakra is good too. We bring all that energy down into the lower pelvic triangle, the enteric brain area, and this we do the mudra for meditation, and we do a very, very subtle breath. I often find my breath stops when I do this, and this is the element of ether, the all-pervading life in space. Once I do this, I end this sequence with a Sufi prayer for healing. Beloved Lord, Almighty God, through the rays of the sun, through the waves of the air, So the all-pervading life in space, purify and revivify me, and I pray, heal my body, heart and soul. And then we take that energy down to the earth and we hang in the head to knee posture, breathing, releasing, with every out breath, releasing tension. Taking at least 3 deep breaths. And then we bring that beautiful earth energy back up into the sky and do the stretching up posture that we began with. And this time we do it a little differently. We will do the sideways stretch, so breathing in and breathing out as we go to the right side. Just holding it for the length of the breath. And then breathing in, we go to the left side and breathe out. Feeling the stretch, these muscles, opening the meridians in that part of the body. Breathing in, coming up, changing the hands, clasping and rotating, breathing out. Rotating the upper body. Breathing in, breathing out to the left side. Again, rotating the upper body, getting that twist. Breathing in. And then we come back to this posture with the hands clasped, rotating them back, taking them back, rotating them forward, feeling the shoulder blades opening, releasing. And then this time we do a slightly different head to knee pose. We start by opening, and this is really important. If your back's problematic, don't do this exercise. We bend back and look up at the sky. And then we breathe out and go forward with our arms overhead. The head to knee pose. Again, holding it for the length of the breath. And then breathing in. And then we do Rishi's pose, which is a sideways pose. So the right arm up, the left hand down, and we go down. And we look at the arm overhead. Push against this leg and we open the chest. And then we go back in reverse. Breathe in, breathe out as we go down, hold it to the length of the breath. Look at the arm overhead, stretching, opening the chest. Breathing in, coming back to the front. And that's the end of the yoga bit, and here we start doing some Qigong bounces with the knees. We make a fist, cover with the left, so this is the sun, the moon, and we bounce and breathe together. You can do about 20 of these or more. It's very grounding, it gets the Qi moving in the body. And then we open up to the sky with a big breath. And this time when the arms come down, we do the rotating one. Again, bending the knees, synchronizing with the breath, gently tapping the shoulders and the kidneys. Gentle massage for the